Hi everyone, this is AJ. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my next review for Dexter New Blood. This is episode 7, Skin of Her Teeth. Let's talk about it. Okay, so as you recall, last episode ended with Angela finding the body of her long lost friend in the caves, and calls Dexter and says she needs Dexter as opposed to Jim. So Dexter heads over to the caves. He does what he does best with his knowledge of forensics, and he sort of relays what happened to her to Angela. But along the way, Dexter sees on one of the girl's teeth that there's a bit of human skin. So he extracts a tooth and gives it to her, thusly leading her to go and get a DNA test. DNA matches up with Kurt, so thusly they go and arrest Kurt. We come to find out through the course of the episode that Kurt is aware of Dexter. He knows what Dexter's all about, in that he knows that his son was actually burnt alive. What happened was, when Dexter took his son to that big furnace, Kurt came to realise that wasn't actually snow that night that was falling, that it was ash, and found a screw where his son had had an accident and had these titanium screws fitted into his body. That's in that boating accident that was spoken about in earlier episodes that he was involved in. Now, what happens is, while Kurt's in prison, or in jail I should say, sorry, not in prison, in jail, he gets his phone calls and he gets one of his people that works for him to give a little envelope to Harrison, who's now working at a truck stop, and says, give this to your dad. This contains that screw. Again, as the episode continues, we come to find out that Harrison, he's very much aware of his past, in that he still has memories. He does have memories of that traumatic event of when his mother was killed. And we get to see this, and in flashback we get to see John Lithgow again. John Lithgow filmed a small scene for this episode. Fantastic. Yeah, so all in all, a very good episode. There's a lot of goings on, in that you find out that, so you got Dexter, who knows about Kurt. Kurt now knows about Dexter. When Angela's talking to the podcaster, some questions are raised about Dexter, which is going to lead to Angela looking deeper into Dexter's past, because Dexter has taken Angela to Kurt's cabin within the episode, only to find that the whole bottom part of the cabin has been completely stripped bare. It just looks like an empty shell of a building on the underside, like there was nothing ever there. Obviously the podcaster girl does tell Angela about Dexter showing up, and this leads to some questions on how Dexter managed to overhear the conversation between Kurt and the podcaster, because Dexter was sat far away, and they come to the assumption, because Dexter was charging his phone, he must have recorded it, and why is this the case, and all this. So you're left at the end of the episode with Kurt free from jail, because he makes up this story that it's his dad that had done this, possibly done this to the girl, and because the DNA sample was only a 67% match, there's 33% questionable, so it could be the father. But obviously he's lied to get himself out of jail, so he's free. Very, very end of the episode, Dexter gets abducted by one of Kurt's minions. And that's pretty much the episode. Yeah, it was a very good episode, don't get me wrong. There was some great acting from Michael C. Hall in it. It's just the look in his eyes at times and this sort of a thing with the voiceover. It's just fantastic. It's really, really well done. Very intriguing episode. There are a few questions and that I'm in the writing that I'm sort of left with. You know, conveniences in the plot, this sort of a thing. But for the most part, it's a very well done episode, very enjoyable. Big thumbs up. 3 episodes left to go. Very interesting to see where it ends up. Anyway, here's AJ. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Take care all, and goodbye.